While it's fresh in my brain, Shalom, my peoples. Why it's actually happening to me right now. Tired, y'all. Tired. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? So with family. What is happening, man? Why we don't want to be family? Why we don't want to raise our families together? Does anybody know? Well, I can speak on the Willie Lynch letter because that's a major part of it. And the teachings in school and the upbringings around us from what we see through other eyes of other adults. But what is going on with the black home? Well, let's speak on what I know about my family and my home, for instance. I know it's not easy. Struggling paying bills day to day and not having it, not knowing when the next dollar's going to come from. And having family, that's important in this society because they set it up that way. But what is going on with all this beef and that we call domestic violence, where it's really beef? What is happening with the reverse role in the home when it comes to the male and the female, and who is the head of the household and who wear the pants and things of that nature? What happened to masculine and feminine? The balance between the yin and the yang. How did we end up with two masculines in the home? What is going on? You know, for all you brothers out there that just coming home, beating on your wives and getting for no reason other than just to be whooping on somebody, y'all some sorry motherfuckers. Because this is where the problem is right here with that. Because that reality exists with you dudes. The beef is not being seen with the other counterparts. In other words, you got the domestic violence and you got a lot of damn beefing going on. I mean, domestic violence is supposed to bend on a verbal abuse of really slandering and belittling and tearing someone down verbally, which is major in the black community, as well as the black homes, as well as many homes I've been in. But at the same time, you got the physical abuse where somebody just beating on you. You don't even disrespect them, say nothing to them or nothing. They're smack. Fuck you going. Smack. You can't go outside. Smack. Why you ain't make me nothing to eat? See? But then you got the verbal beef between the two, the argument, the disrespectful fuck you, you's a sorry motherfucker, you's a bitch argument that two people don't want to bow down or back off from. And we want to call that abuse, but that's not abuse, because if you was on the street doing that with somebody, that would be beef. But in the home, women want to turn that into abuse to get some sympathy for the disrespect that they want to do to their man on a masculine side of not being feminine. And that's not real. It's not real. And a lot of that is going on based off of what? Based off of men not having jobs, men not being able to provide for their children, men not being able to pay the bills with the woman or put the house in their name or apartment in their name or the car in their name. So the vision is there. And there lies the lack of respect. There lies the programming from the social medias and, I say, TV networks on how a man is sorry and lazy and don't want to be nothing. And eventually that's what you become out of the mouth of your own woman in her home. Eventually it becomes a division where every day you ain't worth shit. and you can't say shit about it. And if you do, guess what? Now you're abusing somebody when somebody's really bringing bully type authority and beef to you on a day-to-day basis. No matter what you do, you can't get ahead. You go outside, oh, you can't get a job. You may have a felony. And they deny you left and right, left and right, left and right. And that hurts alone. That's devastating alone. Then you come home, and guess what? You sorry ass nigga, you don't got no money for no bills. You don't got no money for this. You can't do nothing. You's a bitch at... That tears another whole nother asshole into a person. And for right, for wrong, these are the realities that we live in as a nation, as a people. I know I have lived it, I'm living it, going through it, been through it, on all spectrums. But I learned, from my point of view, that even in the end, when you submit, you still can't get no recourse. Once you bow down, you still get stomped as a man. Get discarded. And your children, your bloodline, end up with another reality. And we continually circumvent this. And what happens out of that? You get children that's raised just by the mother with another man who can't say nothing to the children, so the children don't never have any authority from the man once again, and the sole authority and the sole dominance of the upraising and guidance and even awareness of thought when it comes to the future of the children lies only on the woman. Man totally cut out. And if he ain't cut out, he tied into the court systems trying to figure out his reality to connect to the woman that he actually made a bloodline with. Chaos. But the chaos wasn't created by us. It was created systematically by the system, by our government, by our schools, by secret money moving around to keep the indigenous black household divided. And it's cool because as you learn, you understand that the principle, as we will say it, is the authority. He's the one who will punish you for being too loud talking to a woman. He's the one who will and supposed to punish you if you put your hands on a woman, no doubt. Because abuse ain't right. But once again, abuse run a thin line with beefing. Because some people was in tight beef at home in the disguise of abuse. And that's because the woman is just as aggressive at home as the man. Thus, more beef between the two than actual abuse. But because the scale is lopsided because someone else has an authority, only one voice really is overheard. Thus the other voice overshadowed. And these are some of the realities some of us men is living under. Nowhere to go, no homes to go to, no ability to get into the system to be able to function on a normal level, to be able to provide for oneself based off of probably most likely mishaps trying to get up into society from a youth and a young adult, and the things that go on with that as a black man. Just to make it to man, many fall, many have felonies, many have gripes where it's really hard to get real careers and good jobs. And because of it, this is where the major problem is. This is where the lack of respect in the home is. And this is where you're dogged out. And this is where the problem is. There's no leniency from a mother figure who's supposed to be your woman instead of a mother figure towards understanding and compassion through the feminine form of what's really going on in the real form of masculinity dealing in the world today as a black man. And these are the things that ain't being even thought of when it comes to our women. But yet still, these are the things we're going through in the households. So I feel sorry for many women that are being abused by many nutcase men for no reason other than the fact that they need help themselves and probably been through some terrible things growing up themselves. So I definitely feel bad for that, and I reach out to all you women. I reach out to all the women that have been through that stuff with me as well, because y'all know my thing is about moving forward. And with that, I apologize to the world, because no one is perfect. But we got to come off the fact that we're beefing in the homes in the disguise of abuse. Women, you do have authority. Men don't have no authority at all in your home. And if you're going to dominate him to where he don't have no say and no values for himself, where he can stand and feel as a man in your home, then you're wrong. You shouldn't have never had him in your home in the first place. You should have got you a woman, even though that's wrong. But that's the reality, because you can't stand masculine above your man and expect him to be a feminine product of a man in front of you when he's supposed to be the man in front of you. That's not right. That's not right. So if you're going to be able to afford the lively, pay for the lively, and have the lively, and know that your man can't, don't bring him in if you're going to hold it against him, because y'all going to beef. Because you ain't going to want to hear nothing in your home, in your establishment, in your reality. But at the end of the day, he ain't going to want to be your weak man. Yo, man that don't have no balls of his own when it comes to his own authority and reality, when it comes to existing with you, when it comes to providing for you. It's going to be beef. And that's just the truth. Men is hurting just as much as women is hurting. The problem is men don't got nobody they can call. Men can't call no one when things are going wrong for him. They say, you got to leave a home. But how many times do you stray away before you stay away? No, we got to grow up. We got to start looking in the mirror. And we got to start checking ourselves. And we got to start looking at what we're doing to the opposite person that's standing in front of us. That way we can understand that what we're putting out may be hurting someone else. So that way we can stop that hurt. And then guess what? We may get a different response this time. But that's the reality of dealing with two human beings who have feelings and emotion. There's no one emotion on one side greater than the other person's emotion on the other side. It would be unfair and unjust. Y'all both have equal feelings and equal value to that feelings and equal right to be able to feel, think, and put out that reality of how you feel to either get help or let it go. But you do have the right to feel the way you feel. That's okay. But you're not supposed to hurt somebody else with it. It's not real. I've been an abuser for too many years. I done changed everything in my life. From breaking the law when I was young to you name it. Now my life done changed completely. Where I'm living all right. I feel all right. And I'm providing for myself, and the things that I do for myself is in my reality. No longer do I feel like I'm less than a man around my family. Well, the family that I have created. And I have created quite a few. This reality beats all of us up. All of us. No one's greater than anyone. And no one household is not going through the same thing in the next household. We all going through the same stuff. You can hide it. You can play like it ain't happening. But the reality is we all going through the same things. I'm tired of losing my families because the children get lost. Don't you see our children lost and they dying and selling drugs and doing all sorts of crazy stuff on the streets? Yes, they get lost. And it's based off of us parents not loving each other correctly, not wanting to deal with self correctly to better oneself, to get better energy from others, to be better. Well, I'm in a different place today. I'm in Illinois, and it embraced me, and I'm enjoying it. And even though I'm enjoying it, I'm still a problem at my own house and my own family. Regardless how happy I am, regardless how much things that I can self-generate and create from out of nowhere, it don't bring happiness in my home. Just the word that might not be right bring violence. I'm a man that can make earrings and bracelets and chains and even show someone how to do it and happy doing it because it's something new that was gifted to me to do. And even in that, there's no beauty in my home. There's nothing that I have brought into my existence and the reality of my own family that ever seemed to bring a smile enough to make me feel like I was worth something. And even though I can talk to y'all like this and speak to anyone like this, no matter how much I speak, nothing ever makes sense. I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm narcissistic, I'm everything in the book. Always have been. Can't get mad, because if I get mad, then I'm the abuser. And you know what happens when that happens? Just become a spiral effect. Don't get better for you. Because prison ain't better. You know? Losing your reality and your freedom is not better. So you got to be smart. If you're smart. Or if you're abusive, good luck. Because sickness is sickness. You need help. But at the end of the day, a person that understands he don't want no problems don't want to go to jail. Don't want to beef in his home because it's counterproductive. Why would you start a family to destroy your own family? It's counterproductive. But in a reverse role home, there's going to be destruction because it's already destroyed. You're going into a home with two masculine people. If your woman is not feminine and you're a masculine man coming in with a woman who's dominant and masculine herself, there's going to be a problem. Especially if you can't hold your weight on the side of what she's doing. She's going to let you know. And it's not going to be pretty. And it's not going to be easy. So be careful. Be careful. Because we're not being taught good stuff. How many women you know that got children but ain't with the father and it's the father's fault? How many you know? How many you know that ain't with the father of their children but it's the father's fault? How many women? And for all you men, just like my dad, who walks away from your children, don't reach out to them, don't say nothing, don't even try. Shame on you guys. Shame on you guys. Shalom. Everyone have a blessed day.